Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the FV304, it's the Tier 6 British SPG. It's located on the eastbourne of Sand River, which is one of my favourite maps. And this one's under the command of Bigger Stickers, and that's my NA account. So this was a game that took place earlier this morning. Game on! Well, this is the British Arty that never was. They designed it and it was proposed, but by the time they actually came around to the point where they would choose whether or not to actually build it, I'm afraid it was already obsolete, and so it never got put into production. Looks like I came to a traffic jam here. I was picking a spot where I could shoot up the riverbed towards the enemy, and just seems like everyone's dropping in. Okay, well, we're ready to go. Now, the FV304, it's a short-range Arty, because obviously it's only got a 4.5-inch howitzer, which is the same one you get on the Bishop. And it's capable of doing 450 alpha and penetrating 28mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 2.2 meters. But as you can see here, it's got a relatively short range, and I'm looking up, I was looking at the T44, it was outside range. The KB1S is not, he's in range, and I'm dialing in on him right now. And my first shot is a hit. And the T34 behind him saw that happen and pulled back. It's a tier 8 game, yeah, I used shell camera. It's a tier 8 game with a tier 6 Arty, so you're going to see some fun battles. Rounds out. That landed just in front of him. Yes, I was mucking about. I was using the shell camera. After all, might as well use it every now and then just for a bit of fun. No, didn't get anything off that one. No, I think that tank is still sitting there, the KV1S. But we've now got a T29, rounds out. That's a direct hit. He moves forward just to try and avoid the next one. Get ready. Rounds out. Oh, he moved. It landed behind him. Don't often use shell camera, actually. It's very rare for me to use it. Rounds out. And that one hit! There was no explosion, so I know I got him. Okay, go for another shot into that corner. No. No sign. Somebody's got to be about. There's a nice bunch of enemy tanks on that corner. And there's one right now, the VK3601H, tier 6 German heavy, rounds out. And that's a nice hit, solid hit there for 158. And he's taking fire from others. No stun, because of course, as you know, this is a 4.5 inches, about 115mm, which means you won't get any stun off these shells. Because Wargaming set the rules that said that Arties that generate, well, are actually less than 15cm, just don't generate any stun. That's not completely true, because there are some Arties that are below 15cm that do generate stun. Well, there's no enemy close other than the one who's just coming into our cap area. A Cromwell B's managed to sneak in, but he doesn't stay for very long because a Scorpion on our team had sight of him and took him out. So I'm going to move motor now. I'm going to change position and see if I can get some shots on the enemy. I see there's a T34 and a T29 moving south over on the west side of the map. I'm going to join the Sticker Max over here for a moment and see if I can get some shots on them. Now, it is the fastest Arty in the game, this one. 72.4 kilometers an hour forward speed, so it can be quite fast, but Wargaming have definitely mucked around with the bullet, because before it used to be small, thin, and could attack enemy tanks by derping them, coming in very close and shotgunning them at close range. Now it can't, because it hasn't got the gun depression. The gun's quite high, and it's become fat and overweight, and it's slow. Well, slow to turn, it's very sluggish. Still fast to move forwards, but it just doesn't traverse as well. So I'm actually going to take a tip out of somebody else's book. I'm going to go above the river on the north bank, on the heights, and I'm trying to get a shot on that T-29. He's just out of range, so I'm going to have to move closer if I want to get a shot on him. I'm not sure this is going to be close enough. We'll have a go. No, it's still too short. I need to get closer still. Trouble is, you get too close, the enemy tank's up on the heights. Oh, and I just knocked a tree over. The enemy tank's up on the heights where the Stura Mill is, the F1 position, might actually see where you are if they can see you shooting. So, not a good idea to get too close. Okay, the T-29 inside, rounds out. And I get a hit. 49 hit points. See if we can get another one. Leading him because he's pulling back gradually. Rounds out. And another direct hit. Okay, rescue's drifting. So I'm going to have a look at the Stura Mill whilst I'm waiting for enemy to come in sight. And at that moment the T-29 comes into sight, so I fire a quick snapshot in his direction and it's nowhere near as accurate. So ideally what I want to do is try and get accurate shots. Let it dial in. Rounds out. Lands short on the T-34. And sadly the T-34 kills our VK-3002D. Now I thought the T-29 would move forward and he didn't. But I think I damaged both of his tracks. So I'll keep working on him until I get distracted by something else. Oh! Landed just behind him. Go for it again. It's a very fast reload. I am using premium consumables. That will speed it up. 12.94 is the normal reload time. I've managed to get it down to 10.86. Rounds out. Yep, nice hit on the T-34. 89 hit points. Not a huge amount, but it's a non-penetrating shot. Now I switch to the T-29. Line him up. Rounds out. And another direct hit for 102 this time. But he is now a splash kill. If I can get a shell close enough to him. Rounds out. Yep, he's gone. Only 24 hit points left, but it's something. Now the scores are still even. Rounds out. And 155, leaving him as a splash kill. And he's taken out the game by the Dicamax. So, we've got a Stura Mill up there somewhere. And normally people sit behind that bush, which is very predictable. I don't. I actually go a lot further back. Rounds out. And there's a direct hit. So I did hit the Stura Mill. He was there. I'll go for it again just in case he hasn't moved. Sometimes they don't. And he didn't. So I got another hit. Now Stura Mills have very thin armour. So I could have done a lot of damage to him. Oh, he has moved now. So okay, he used his repair kit. But I wonder how far back he moved. I'm going to give another shot just in case he's still there. Nope, he has gone. Okay, situation is that there's still 4 tanks either side. I'm moving up, which is, as I said, very risky. In fact, actually, I've decided I think that tank provides me better cover because I'm well within view range of those heights. And I don't really want them to see me, but I have got a good camo crew, so they might not be able to spot me. And then all of a sudden, I see this Udez to the north, and he's harassing our Renegade. So I'm going to have to motor over here and quick if I'm going to support him, because I need to get a lot closer. The Renegade just got hit by the enemy Artys. They've got 2. They've got a GW Panther and an M44. I definitely got air there. Took off. Now we'll see if I can get behind this dune and shoot over the top of the dune at the Udez. Okay, that should be close enough to get a shot. And we've lost sight of him. Now I'll try and use the minimap to see if I can get a shot. If I can't see the target, go back to the last sighted point just in case he's still there. I think he might be behind that rock, but no joy. Then suddenly the Stura Mill comes into sight down in the south. Unfortunately, I'm too far away to actually get any shots on him, but I decide to change position, and at that moment the UDES comes into sight. So I've just gone the other side of the dune, and he's got round the Renegade. He's turning around, so I fire a snapshot in and get an accurate hit for 138. Now, I've got a fairly tight reticule, so I'll go for it again on a leading shot. Round out, and I wing him for 160. Tracked him, turned him around. Can I get another shot? No, lost sight of him. Okay, so the UDES is still around, and the Renegade's in fairly good shape. Well, 237 hit points. Now I'm now going to try and get as close as I can to the cap, and I'm bouncing around like a, well, like a bouncy ball. These dunes really do make you fly sometimes, especially when you can go fast. I'm going to go directly into the cap area because I reckon somebody's at home. Now, and yes, there is, and the UDES is here, as well as the M44. And I try a shotgun on him, it doesn't work, so I try moving sideways. He gets me in the track. I'm going to try and drive in because I think he's still reloading. See if I can get a shot at close range. And no, it doesn't work. So I'm going to try and distract him by going round him and get him to turn sideways. And, well, the GW Panther gets me, but the UDES gets wiped out by the Dickomax, who was just coming over the rise at that moment. Uses his gun depression to good effect. And that leaves just the GW Panther and the M44 as the last remaining allies. So I may have sacrificed myself to get the UDES to turn around, and in doing so gave the Dickomax a clear shot. I knew he was behind me. I could see him on the mini-map, so I knew I had somebody backing me up. But I couldn't stay in front of the UDES. I would have been destroyed. So the best thing to do was to get him to turn himself sideways so somebody else could get a shot. I thought the Renegade might get a shot on him as well, but he didn't. So we know that there's a GW Panther down in the dip next to where the Renegade is, and the M44 should be the other side of the pass. And Dickomax is moving in. He's found the GW. And there goes the GW. And the M44 is coming in behind me. And the Dickomax quickly ducks in behind the rocks to protect himself so he can get turned round. And then he's going to engage the M44. And there's the M44 dies. Sad for the M44, but he had to go because he was on the enemy team. And that is the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle results. And it was an ace tanker for Bigger Stickers in the FV304. Yes, I managed to get a bruiser medal as well for getting at least 5 critical hits. I managed to get 13, but no other medals in the game, but a win 8 of 4,239, which is Super Unicum standard. So let's have a look at the team scores. And you can see I didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the UDES 03, who got 2,360, or was it 52 hit points. And the GW Panther on the enemy team, the guy who killed me, he managed to get 2,202 hit points of damage. And their third highest scorer was the T44 with 1,951, but I was the 4th place scorer on the game with 1,933 and top scorer on my team. When it came to kills, the top scorer was the Dickomax. He managed to get a Halona's medal, and the Panther 2 managed to get 4 kills as well on the enemy team. 3 kills went to the STG, 2 kills to the Renegade, the P43 Biz, and I only got 1. And the GW Panther and the Sturmill got 2 each as well. When it came to base XP, it was the Dickomax who did the best with 1,143. Even though he didn't get a huge amount of damage, he got the kills that counted. And 824 went to the Renegade and 806 went to myself. I fired 31 rounds in that game, got 16 direct hits, 0 penetrations, but 22 splash. Damage of 1,933 hit points, of which 1,716 were at more than 300 meters. I received 2 hits during the game. Yeah, I'm afraid I did. One was penetration. That was the one from the UDES. I think it was from the UDES, or was it somebody else? And one non-penetration. Actually, I think the penetration shot was probably from the GW, because he was at such close range. It was no problem for him to pen me. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 killed, and I earned 34,286 credits on a premium account, 17,143 from personal reserves, 30,000 for completing a mission and events, 81,428 altogether, and after repair, ammunition, resupply, consumables, took away a profit of 68,050 credits for the game. 1,209 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 2,418 for completing the mission and events, and 604 from personal reserves, took away 5,440 experience points altogether. So I finally got an ace tanker on my bigger stickers account. I actually managed to get an ace tanker when I was playing on the sandbox in the FV304, but this was the first one I've had on the FV304 on my NA account, and in actual fact it was my 20th battle in this Arty. Because I haven't been playing it a lot, but since Battle Pass has come along, obviously I'm trying to work through all of the tier 6s, and all of the other tier 6 Arty have got 100%, or rather 100 Battle Pass points, so I can't use them anymore to generate for the Battle Pass for the Battle Pass game. I actually have to now use up all the other tier 6s to try and get the most points. So yes, not bad. I thought that was a bit of a fun game actually, even though I thought when I was driving towards him, I thought that it would be able to get a shot on him at close range and I'd be able to blast him, but it doesn't really work with the FV304 anymore. It used to work in the past. You could derp enemy tanks right in the face and take them out of the game, but unfortunately, ever since they've raised the height of the FV304 and made it fatter and very much slower and more sluggish to turn, rather, it's actually a lot more difficult to get shotguns using this little Arty. So it doesn't work. So ideally in future, if you come across that sort of situation, by all means try and get close to them and turn to face them, but I think you need to back off just a little bit before you shoot to make sure you get an accurate shot into the target, or to try and rush towards them at fast speed, slam on the brakes and then shoot, and hopefully the gun should dip just as you fire and it'll put the shell into the target. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.